Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hello and welcome.
We got Brett here. I'm Brace, and we're two owners of Miles Pellet Stove, bringing you guys another pellet stove review. And you know what? We got a bonus unboxing video today, so we're going to be focusing on the ComfortBilt HP22i. And
yeah, it's going to be really, really good. You know, when it comes to your home, when you order it, it will come obviously in a box here. This is the stove, this is the surround, top and sides, and then they give you a nice ash vac for free.
Bonus.
Yeah, bonus. It is a bonus. But this is the way it comes. We're going to kind of break it down and kind of run around the stove a little bit and kind of show you the ins and outs, and then we're going to go on a little journey. And then it's going to be installed today, and then we're going to show you how it operates and burns. And so let's have some fun with this one. It may be the stove for you, or it may not, but we're going to give you our opinion and the review. Thank you, and let's do it.
all right, let's go. All right, let's get to unboxing. Here we go. And well, it's almost like Christmas for y'all, so we're going to see what's inside.
You know, this is great. We're out at the customer's house today, and so we're going to break down this box, and we're going to kind of show you a couple of things as we go along and we put this stove in. But again, this is the ComfortBilt 22i pellet stove insert, and so it'll heat up to 2,800 square feet, about 50,000 BTUs, and close to about 47 pounds hopper capacity. So I'll probably say that again, but this is the 22i SS, and SS stands for stainless steel. That's trim around the door, and I'll talk about it again, but we're going to kind of fast forward this thing as we unbox it, and we'll just keep going on. So it's great to be out here in the trade. So there you go. We'll see you on the next scene. Okay, friends, we're outside. It's a great day, and so anyway, we're going to talk about this stove. So we took the packaging off. That's great and dandy. You get it, but now it's on the pallet. But I want to go around the stove a little bit and kind of show you the parts in the back, things like that you won't really see on the internet or a stove store. So you can see what you're actually purchasing. So follow along. Let's do this. So we could probably fast forward this, but over here, this is a cavity that's going to go inside of the fireplace opening. Here forward, you will see, and of course the surround that covers the hole. But back here is basically I'll just take all of them out so you can just see them. But most all of these panels, you can just see, they just come off. So that's great and dandy. So back here, I can show you this. Once I open up the other side, you can almost see through this. I like the engineering of it. This is the vacuum switch. This is the control board, the main brains of the stove. And then right here, Briggs, right here, this is the convection room air fan, that which blows the good air out. So you can kind of see, I mean, these are about, I think $2,600, give or take, out there. You know, they always change throughout the year, but still, I think a pretty good value for the dollar, in my opinion. So we're going to go to the other side. So back here, this is your oak or outside air kit. So if you have a manufactured home, it's required to have outside air kit that brings air from the outside instead of the inside of your home. So that is an option, but just go by code in the owner's manual. This is the main power on and off. You don't have to turn it on and off, you know, when the stove's installed. You'll just turn it on and it stays on, and this is where the power plug goes in. And then over here, this is your exhaust port. So this is a 3-inch. So you're gonna have 3-inch flex pipe being attached to this to a T, and then flex pipe stainless steel all the way to the top of your chimney, and you can seal it. So over on this side, I'll do it as quickly as I can. just take these things off, and I'm just going to show you the whole caboodle here because that's a lot of money that you and your family are spending. So I'll put that up like that. So here, the only thing on this side that you really can see, right here where my hand is, kind of in there, this is the auger motor. And I'm going to put my hand all the way underneath up here. Maybe Briggs can see my hand here. This is the igniter. So all these parts down the line, if you have your stove for many, many years, sooner or later some parts will need to be replaced, but you can see how easy it is. This is your exhaust motor. So 4 wing nuts and a gasket. 1, 2, 3 connections. Remove it. You can put in the new one. 4 wing nuts, 2 powers, your ground, and you're done. These are the low limit proof of fire switches. So what ComfortBilt did is they added a spare in case you need one down the line, which I think is really, really neat. So that's kind of the interest that you won't see on the internet, but these parts are accessible and affordable, which I really, really do like. And if we go over here, this is your hopper, you know, up to about 47 pounds, but everything goes in here. It's pretty simple. So, you know, when you have the kit, here it is. And so it will show you, it has some extra screws that we're going to put this around. So everything comes together. They do a very nice job. You get all the parts and they work right. This is a remote control. If you don't feel like getting up, you can turn it on and off, etc. And then of course in the goodie box, this is your power cord. And so I like it because down here, Briggs, I like it because there's actual heat tubes in here. So there's 6 of them. So these are your heat exchanger tubes. And so when they get hot, the convection air blower blows the hot air out into your dwelling. What this does, when the stove is cold, it just go in and out like 3 or 4 times, a couple times, you know, through the week, or 3 or 4 times during the week. But anyway, what it does is it cleans the outside, scrapes the residue off of the heat exchanger tubes, which keeps them cleaner, means that your air is going to be a lot warmer as the air distributes out into your room. And so you can open up these side panels like so, which I like. See if they'll hold open. This is a nice handle, and so ergonomically, I mean, it just feels fine. And you just open it up like so. Very nice seal all the way around. I like it. It's a good quality. There's some packaging in here, and it's just holding the burn pot in here, but that's a good cast burn pot. And back here, let's take it out. This is your brick back here. They call it vermiculite. You may call it differently, but anyway, it's not fake. So this is very, very durable, and I like it. We'll take the burn pot out, what the hoot. But there it is. And then for you folks that are new to pellet stoves, right where my finger is, that's the automatic igniter. So you line that up with this hole here, and that heat distributes in there, and pretty soon you get smoke, you get flame, and after about, I'm going to guesstimate 8 or 9 minutes, that igniter shuts off and your flame just continues. The pellets keep coming down the chute and the fire just keeps going and going and going. So when you put this in, you know, just be careful. Just get it in there like so, just flat, and there you go. And then that last part that I wanted to talk about, this is really nice on the hand, just to close this door, just like so. So you can get this stove, just an HP22i, just in this nice gray, dark charcoal gray, or the HP22i SS. So stainless steel is this trim around the door, and I like it because it gives it a little style, but it doesn't look like the Carnival. I mean, it's not like overkill per se for design. So the SS, and it doesn't cost any more. So if you like that, great and dandy. So if you have any questions on this stove as we go along, you can give us some comments. We'll do our best to get back to you. If you do your research on the stove and you love the stove, then you can go to milespelletstove.com and you can order it. And yeah, you save an extra 5%. It all adds up. So we'll leave it at that. So we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to put this in this customer's home.
All right, everyone. So with any pellet stove insert, you're going to need a pipe kit. What we recommend is a flex line. So basically, through our website, you guys can get this. It's going to come, well, this whole assortment right here. So you're going to be having a chimney cap in there, just as so. Set that to the side. When dealing with this stuff, we recommend wearing gloves because you got a lot of metal bending here. There's some sharp edges, so just want to avoid an injury. You'll have this flex line all coiled up here that you can uncoil and cut to your desired length. They come in 20 and 25 foot sections. Right? Did I get the length right on that?
Yeah,
one?
you just nailed it. You know, and it's recommended really. Get two people, and you want to basically just unwind that pipe and get it as straight as you can.
You do. If you try to do it by yourself, it's possible, but if you got a buddy, it makes it just a little bit easier.
Agreed.
So right in here, you'll have your basic paperwork, instruction manuals, all yada yada. You'll then have the specialized tee, which is all real nice. Oh, the cap came off. You have the removable cap that you can seal as so. Put that on in there. So basically, this will go right back onto the stove on the exhaust port. And then the flex line will come right here. You can tighten it with that bracket as well. Put that to the side. And lastly, you'll have the chimney plate. So you'll have your chimney right here. Put this plate down. You want to secure it. Make sure it's all nice and sealed. Flex line will come up here. You can secure the flex line, cut to the desired length. And then finally, chimney cap. Go on here. You tighten it as so. And one last thing that's kind of a bonus that we
It
like.
is a bonus.
Big bonus that we like coming. Oh, I almost made it cool. I almost made it cool. Oh, well. Basically, it comes with some sealants, and that's actually a real plus. Not all of them do. So this high heat temperature silicone will come in handy to make sure, well, to reduce smoke leaks. You really don't want smoke pouring out in places where you don't. So basically, that's the whole kit, but we recommend getting that. All right, we got it all in. Here she is. She's ready to go. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna be doing a test fire run, and real quick before you even do that, we're gonna do a little walk around with the control board right here.
I think it's really nice. You know, this project took us a little bit of a time, but we always get a permit because we're contractors and technicians, and so the final county inspection will be tomorrow. And so they will be looking at clearances. So when you get your manual or you do your studies before you purchase a ComfortBilt stove or any stove, make sure the clearances are right. So making sure that the back part of this stove, there's enough room for it to actually go into the hole of the fireplace. And number two, that this surround is large enough to cover any of the gaps so you don't have to look at the ugly parts of the back of the fireplace. So anyway, and the other thing is this is right to the edge. And so in most pellet stoves would like to have 6 inches of hearth space, which we have below here in front of the window. So really studying the clearances is really, really important for safety for you and your family. So Briggs, we're going to do a first fire on it. And when you do a first fire on a pellet stove, it's going to cure. And so what happens when it cures?
Well, essentially when it cures, you're going to be smelling, well, kind of a strong chemical smell. And that's pretty normal for a lot of new stoves. Some get a little stronger than others, some are not as bad. But don't worry, if you get like a new stove and you're starting to smell something, that's just a lot of the paint stuff from the factories just kind of doing a little burn off, curing everything else. So it'll be a little strong for a bit, probably for about an hour or so, and then it'll start tapering down. But during that time, you know, you might want to open up some doors, some windows. It can set off a smoke alarm, so just heads up for that. But other than that, after a while, that curing process will be done, and then it'll start smelling normal.
You know, and it's a really good point. So it's just you getting prepared for that. And I think Crossbreeze, everything you said is right on. Some people, what they'll do is actually run the pellet stove outside of their home and cure it out there before they install it. So it's up to you. You just kind of, you know, take that road. Like the road I always take is what?
The road of patience?
No, not the road of patience. I'm always on the pellet stove train.
Oh,
so,
gosh.
so anyway, we're going to stop jibber jabbering around. That's me. And Briggs is going to kind of show you some of the basic features of it, but this is a pretty high-tech machine or heating appliance, so you can do a lot of programming and you can just go to the moon, but whatever works best for your family. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Briggs, and fire away.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it. All right, everyone. So this is going to be your main control panel all right here. Everything you can do to help access and do stuff with your stove, electronically that is. So let's do a quick little run through. Right here on the top left, this is going to show which mode you're in. Right down low, it's kind of like a status symbol to see if it's going, stopping, igniting, or running. Right down here, you're going to see your heat levels. They'll go through 1 through 5. Up here, you'll see the temperature of the room. You can set it to either Fahrenheit or Celsius. Up in here, you can see the day and time. And down here, it's like another status, off and on. All through in here, you'll see different things will show up depending on which mode you're on, or if you do some safety measures, or maybe even some advanced settings. But right now, we're just going to do a real quick crash course on here. Right over here, this is your on and off button. This is your status, kind of like an odometer of the stove. So if I hit this once, you can kind of see which sensors are engaged and everything. If you hit it again, you can definitely see how much fuel you've gone through, how many night times, etc. Hit it again, come right back. Right down here, this kind of vortex looking button. If you hit this, you'll notice up here changed, as well as down here. So right here, if you cycle through this, see how I went right back to manual? You'll have 4 different modes. This is your mode selection button. So manual mode, basically how it sounds. It's on and off, and you can adjust the heat manually, and it'll keep on running at that selected level until you decide to turn it off. Basically up here, you're on and off. If you're in temperature mode, this is kind of like running a thermostat. So this one, ComfortBilts have an internal thermostat. And so say you want to set it at 64 degrees, right there, down lower, 61 degrees. Whatever you set it at, just like a thermostat, the stove will turn on to reach that temperature. And then once it reaches temperature, it either will shut down or it'll do its other feature of going down to level 1 and staying there in kind of an idle flame mode. Right here, this will show the temperature of the room. This is the thermostat temperature. Hit it again, it'll go in weekly. See how it kind of changed? Now weekly mode, this is where you can do the advanced settings and set it to be like, well, I want my stove to come on Monday morning at 6 a.m. and run till 9 a.m., etc., etc., etc. So you can do multiple different settings on that. But for this purpose, I just want to mention that there. If you want to know more in depth, you can always refer to your manual. Again, if you hit it for the last time, the 4 settings are thermostat mode. Very similar to temperature mode, but this thermostat mode is meant to be accessed when you have an external thermostat hooked up to your stove. Now, because this already has a thermostat with it, not a lot of people will go for this mode. And so a lot of times people don't even really touch this one at all. Hit it again, we'll go back to manual since we'll be running this in manual just for this purpose. Over in here, you already probably figured this out, but this up and down button will affect heat levels or your temperature settings. Right here, this is a enter button, this is a back button. Now you don't do much right now, but if I go like this and hold, this is where you can access all the different settings available to you, from everything to technician stuff to just basic if you want to change the date and time. Hit the back button and go back to normal. One button I forgot to go over is this plus sign right here. You hit this plus sign, you're going to see this red light illuminate over here. When you press this button and this red light illuminates, it changes the functions of these buttons. So again, refer to your manual if you want to go more in depth on that. We'll just kind of keep it real simple today. So if you hit this again, the red light will turn off. So if you ever have a ComfortBilt stove, maybe let's say someone accidentally hit a red button or hit this button, and you got a red light and you're like, oh man, does that mean bad? Well, go over here, hit this. If it goes off, you're good to go. That is the quick guide for this panel. And so when we do the startup sequence, what's going to happen I'm going to hit this button right here. This flame will go, igniting, and it's going to go for a full-on startup. All right, everyone. That's it. Got the stove running. She's burning warm. Feels good. It's going through that curing process like we talked about earlier, and yeah, it's looking good overall. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we've got that curing smell throughout the customer's home right now, and so we've got the front door and the back windows open and get some cross draft, just getting that out of here. And yes, it did set off the smoke alarm, so we disconnected it temporarily. So overall, it's a successful, safe installation ready for the county inspector tomorrow. And what you'll receive, again, you always get an owner's manual. Hopefully you can see this. I like it. It's pretty simple. Gets right to the point. There's full color pages in here as far as the control board if you're a little confused or what. Anything? Oh, you're going like this.
I'm feeling the heat. Yeah. No, I wasn't being like, hey. No, I'm enjoying the ambiance.
I really like this manual because it's really, really simple to flip through it and get a better grip or understanding of your heating appliance. So we thank you for joining in, and hopefully this is one on your list. Take your time. It's a lot of money for you and your family.
Yep, that's about it. Well,
good.
Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next, I gotta say, the episode.
The episode. Thank
See you guys.
you.